Others of you are cursed with the greatest disease in American church, the curse of casual Christianity. The will and work of God once burned in your soul like a fire, but now you are sinking into compromise, into carnality, into moral chaos. There is no passion, there is no purpose, there is no power. You are what John in the Revelation said, you are lukewarm, and God will spew you out of his mouth. The church in America is beginning to sink. When pastors deny the virgin birth and deny the inerrancy of the Word of God and deny the reality of heaven and hell, we're sinking. This is not intellectual or theological progress. It's absolute stupidity. It's another gospel. America is sinking. America began as a covenant nation with God. In the Mayflower Compact, it was a covenant. And with God's help, our forefathers did the impossible. We built a nation that was the envy of the world. But now we're in a moral freefall, sinking into a secular humanist sewer that will drown the dreams of our children and grandchildren and be the death of America. We now have in Congress what I call a do-nothing Congress, paralyzed by divisiveness, bitterness, and absolute rancor. They could not pass an immigration reform. Even though we're at a time of war, they did not have the courage to clearly control the borders of the United States of America. Congress, I want to tell you clearly and without mincing words, you failed the American people in this session. When General George Washington at Valley Forge, knowing that thousands of his troops had gone home, and the troops who there were hungry, lacking in munitions, some of them without clothing and without shoes in the snow. He gathered his generals together and said, if we do not do something this winter to win this war, next spring King George will be hunting us down and we will be hanged separately, and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness will no longer exist in the United States of America. And the general said, we can't do it because there's ice in the river. He said, there are a lot of reasons that we can't do it, but we are going to do it. And he gave each of them a little token that he had put together. And that little token said, death or victory, one of those two. He said, this is our destiny. Today we have in Congress, we have in the U.S. Senate, under Harry Reid, a group of senators who can't decide to win victory for the United States of America. We need to put people in office who believe America can win a war again and that we can support our troops while they're under fire. Our public school systems are sinking. Educators are saying that had we done to our own educational system, had a foreign power done to our educational system what we have done, we would have considered it an act of war. The Ten Commandments have been thrown out and the condoms have been brought in. Students can't pray, but they can read Harry Potter. They can be taught everything from Karl Marx to witchcraft, but God forbid someone prays. It's time to pray, I'll tell you that. When an 11-year-old girl in Oklahoma is sued by the school district for reading the Bible on the playground at recess in her own time, we are sinking into a moral abyss. I want to say to every parent in this building and those of you who are watching around America, that schoolhouse up there belongs to you. Those school teachers work for you. You pay taxes. They are not lords and masters of your children. Your children do not belong to the U.S. government. They do not belong to the state of Texas. They do not belong to the NEA or the ACLU. You go up to that school and get involved and open your mouth. You still are an American citizen.